Hello, everyone. I am Rose, and this is the Great Awakening Generator, and I'm joined by a good friend. Hello, Aaron.
Rose, how you doing today?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
That's good. Now, everyone, Aaron and I have come online to tell you about a really exciting thing that's happening here on the Great Awakening Generator. We are gearing up for our very first masterclass on this channel. So, Aaron is here because he's the one who's the expert who's going to actually do the workshop. Aaron, can you tell us more about this amazing, I guess not workshop, masterclass, please?
So we're calling it the mind-body connection, and we're going to be teaching people how they can get in touch with their unconscious mind through an advanced self-hypnosis process. It's going to be really exciting because through this process, people will be able to understand their blocks, they'll be able to get insights and be able to really communicate with their inner selves so they can achieve their goals. And as the saying goes, just feel better about life and get more out of life.
Yes. Now, Aaron, there's something different about this masterclass in that the technique is not your usual hours and hours of getting yourself into that mind space, right? Tell us about that.
Okay, so I might just discuss what's the difference between normal self-hypnosis and advanced self-hypnosis. So when people normally do self-hypnosis, it's often forcing yourself to relax. We're telling ourselves that, I want to relax my body. But sometimes when we're in a state of mind, it's very hard to tell ourselves to relax. And this is the unconscious mind doing its thing. So often when we meditate or we go through these guided meditations or self-hypnosis programs, we find that we don't get as much benefit out of it as we want. It's because often we're listening, but in a way it's somebody telling us what to do. And believe it or not, our unconscious mind doesn't like to be told what to do. So with this process, we're actually going to be learning how to get in touch with the body and learn how the unconscious or the subconscious mind communicates with us. And that's actually through feelings, emotions, metaphors, and stories. So by actually getting in touch with our emotions and in touch with sensations in our body, we can actually develop a deep trance-like state and then start to get in touch with the unconscious processes.
Yes, and this is a very quick process. It's not like you're going to sit there for, it's not like a process you have to do for 1 hour, for example, but it's a process that you teach that you can do quickly. But you were saying you really like this process and you like staying in it because you want to do it longer than that small amount of time in which you teach people that they can do it in. Right. So who is it for, Aaron?
So this workshop is for anyone that wants to literally be able to communicate with themselves to get past any blocks. That may be someone where they're suffering from some anxiety regarding something they want to do. It might be that you have some goals set, but every time you go to do that goal, there's something that seems to stop you and you don't pursue it. But even though you really do want to achieve that. So this is for people that you can be into yoga, you can be into qigong, you can be into anything, and you can even just be into your own self-development process. Because the truth is, with this process, once you learn how to do it, you can use it for anything.
Right.
Anything.
Okay. So why do we need it now?
Let's just look at what's happening in the world at the moment, Rose. It's not a world that's full of relaxation and peace. It's often a bit of conflict around, and we need to be able to get in touch with ourselves so that we
Yes.
can actually create that stillness within ourselves. And
Yes.
that's where the peace and the tranquility come from. It doesn't come from the outside. It comes from being able to get in touch with ourselves and being able to literally be able to talk to yourself in such a way that you're controlling your thoughts and not just your beliefs and perceptions controlling your reality.
Yeah, exactly. Especially now that we find people that have done meditations for years, they've been on that journey for a long time. For example, I'm using meditations as the example. but they're also being shaken and shifted at the moment. People who never thought that they'd ever feel a little bit disconcerted. The happenings around us are definitely moving us in ways that we didn't expect before. Apart from all of the things that are happening to us, we also have all this planetary alignments and the astrology and all of that happening, and whatever's happening with the moon and the eclipses. So that supposedly affects people in their bodies, in their minds, the moods, etc. So I guess that's a good reason why we need it right now. So why is it advanced self-hypnosis and not just self-hypnosis or hypnosis?
So the way that we work this, as I said before, the reason why it's different to normal self-hypnosis is the way that we induce the trance.
Okay.
So during normal meditation or a guided meditation, it might be close your eyes, relax, and you're trying to relax. And then you'll say, I want to install some goals. And you'll say some goals over and over again, but there seems to be no results. With this method, we're actually learning how to communicate with our unconscious. So what the unconscious is the unconscious is all of our beliefs, our feelings about things that we don't consciously think it at the time. So that fear of spiders that somebody has, that's an unconscious or subconscious process.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't think that they're scared until they see it. And then the unconscious just steps in and does its job. Well, over time, when we actually start to communicate with the unconscious, because let's be honest, most of the time, we don't actually talk to ourselves in a conductive way. We're often cursing ourselves. We're often wish we could do things better. But when we actually get deeply in touch with ourselves and we start to, you could say, take down the doors of the conscious mind and that logic thinking, we can get into this space where some people call it the quantum mind, the subspace, or even just that point of stillness within ourselves. And when we can get into that point of stillness, not through forcing, but through just focusing on these inner unconscious moments, which I'll teach everybody about, we start to go really deep within ourselves really easily. And we start by trying to get our unconscious to do different things. And we're going to find through this training that it'll fight with us because once again, we haven't spoken to it for a while and it's been doing its thing. And we're going to learn to build a relationship with it so that we can start to really find out, why aren't we achieving these goals? What's the deeper relationship? Why we aren't actually stepping up and doing the things we need to do? And all of the answers are inside, as I've mentioned on our last podcast.
Yes.
And the idea is to allowing us to go inside using a different method to achieve that wisdom, that innate solutions that we have inside.
Great. Wow. That's really going to be life-changing, I think, that workshop. Oh, I keep calling it a workshop. I beg your pardon, the masterclass. So how do people register for this? How do they get to be on board with this?
So by the time this video is out, everybody should see down in the description, there'll be a registration link. That will take you guys to a registration page. Just click on the link, put in your email address, and then you'll have access to a document which will give you all the details. And then you guys, completely free, just my gift to you, and you can join us on the training and really give a good experience in this and also share your feedback with everybody else.
Yeah, that's what's unique about it too, is that people are going to participate. When they register, they can register and participate. So, everyone, don't be shy. You have nothing to lose. If anything, you have a lot to gain from it. Also remember that, hey, if you don't want to be seen on camera, and you want to have a little bit of of privacy, you don't have to put your whole name in it. You just put the name you want and you just turn your camera off and just go through the process. But we would love to have feedback too with this, wouldn't we?
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
because that'd be
And
nice.
it's great to have feedback because we'll actually see the different way that the unconscious communicates, and it communicates differently with every single person.
Yes.
So it's good to notice that that we are all individuals, and what happens to someone doesn't have to happen to you.
Yeah, yeah. Because we're all having different experiences. So, we're all going to have maybe a different response to it. And that will make it really interesting to know what all the different responses are. So we're looking forward to catching up with all of you on this masterclass. It's taking place. The date is to be confirmed. Yes. We're just looking for some guidance on the date, by the way, if you're wondering why can't we confirm the date. But it's not going to be long. We will confirm the date by next week anyway. In the next few days, we will know for sure, and we will confirm the date. We'll come back on here and tell you about it. So please do get on board and register for this masterclass. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm so excited because, wow, Aaron, you're so generous and kind to us to offer to do this on the channel. And it takes it to a whole new level. It expands my learning. And I know that many people that come to it are going to be transformed by the whole thing.
Thank you for having me once again. And just like to finish with, once again, we'd love to have you on board with this. And if you don't feel comfortable sharing your experiences or your video, just join us and just get something out of it. We'd love you to be there.
Great. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing all of you, by the way. Okay. Thank you then. See you next time. Bye-bye.